You found Unhuman Story Time. Congratulations. I'm playing Bard Harder today. It is a visual novel that's kind of like a D&D campaign, but they call it Wizards and Wyverns. And right now I'm inside the mind of an evil, what they call it, Death Lord, I think. Basically a lich. It's a skeleton man with magic. So I cast the spell in mind, and now I get to search through the library that is their brain. All right, take a seat. Gonna tell you a story. Oh, where am I? Unhuman? You find yourself standing in an elegant library. Hundreds of leather tomes line the shelves. You realize that this must be the inside of Volkazar's mind. Here, you will find all the information you will need to flirt with him. Great. This is my chance to find the clues I need. Volkazar will probably react more strongly if I write songs about things that are important to him. If I'm going to read through his memories, I should be careful to note important facts about his life. I gotta keep my mind sharp. Unhuman? You only have a few minutes before the spell wears off. But there are 3 books that have piqued your interest. Which one will you read? Alright, let's just start at the top. Vickers the Wizard, a fairy tale. You crack open the book and begin to read. It seems as though the book is split into several chapters. Where to begin? No place like the beginning. Once upon a time, in a far-off city, there lived a young boy named Vickers. His father was a Count of Oriel City, and young Vickers grew up with every luxury and refinement. However, the young lad faced a problem. He was obsessed with magic. And in the city of Oriel, the use of magic was restricted to only a select few. Vickers was forbidden from learning the arts of the arcane. However, Vickers did not let the law stop him. Each night, when his father was asleep, Vickers would sneak out of his palatial home and visit the underground arena. The chapter ends here. Next chapter. Every night, young Vickers the Wizard would sneak away from home to visit the underground arena. It was here, in the arena, that young nobles from all over the city would compete in magical duels. These duels were exciting, violent, and highly illegal. Thus, Vickers was forced to don a disguise. He wore a mask and called himself the Scarlet Arachnid. He entered the tournament and dueled a great many foes. In the arena, each wizard would utilize a brand of magic as their specialty. Vickers easily defeated Halathi the Horrid, a wizard of flame. He also had no trouble with Karaboth the Cold-Hearted, and the wizards of the arena began to celebrate his victories. However, Vickers faced his greatest foe when he was pitted against Nimir the Nightbreaker. Okay, end of that chapter. Next chapter. The heroic Vickers squared off against Nimir the Nightbreaker. The elven woman Nimir was the most feared foe in the entire arena. When they fought, Nimir split the sky with light and shook the ground with thunder. Vickers was greatly impressed by her combat capabilities. In all his days, he had never seen such a brilliant, entrancing display of lightning magic. Despite Nimir's skill, Vickers overcame her with his own dark powers. In the end, Vickers was the victor. As the crowd cheered and screamed, a hooded figure in the stands watched and waited. Vickers slipped into the crowd and fled from home, desperate to return before his father awoke. He was stopped in the alleyways by a man in a hood. "Speak with me, my child," the man said. "Your power is so great. But I can teach you of a way to make it still greater." End of that chapter. Last chapter of the book. Who are you? Young Vickers asked, aghast. I go by many names, the old man said. However, my most well-known name is Fate Father. Vickers was stunned. He had only heard of the Fate Father in fairy tales and legends. According to the old tales, the Fate Father was said to push promising individuals toward grand destinies, and then disappear with the rising sun. The Fate Father spoke. Tell me, what do you love? He asked. Nothing, but the joy of playing a flute, the cool feel of the wind on my skin, and the smell of a rose, Vickers responded. Tell me, what do you desire? The Fate Father asked. I desire power, wisdom, and life eternal, Vickers said eagerly. Tell me, would you give up the former in order to receive the latter? The Fate Father asked. Vickers considered a moment, and then nodded. Very well. If you are willing to pay the price, the Fate Father said, you must traverse the river, cross the mountains, and speak with the Wish Mother. She will give you all that you desire, so long as you pay the proper price. So saying, the Fate Father gifted young Vickers with a map. And then, just as the legends say, he vanished with the rising sun. And so, Vickers set out on a grand journey. The end. The book ends here. Alright, that's all that. Alright, let's try My Life in Images, a Volkazar portrait album. You crack open the book. The pages are covered with shimmering portraits that seem to swirl at your touch. Which image would you like to examine? Leaving home. This painting is a Volkazar standing at the outskirts of a large city. He has a bag slung over his shoulder. As you touch the image, you hear Volkazar's voice inside your head. Oh, yes, I remember this day. After I had that little chat with the Fate Father, I knew I had to leave the city. Great things were in store for me. And when I left, I didn't miss anyone at all. After all, dear Daddykins probably didn't even notice I was gone. And friends? Bah! Never had them, never needed them. Although, I suppose there was one small moment of regret. When I said goodbye to my beloved pet, dear, sweet Saravir. And she was so very sad to see me go, the blessed little creature. I wish I had a picture of her in here somewhere. The voice stops and the picture stops swirling. What portrait will you look at next? Attacked by bandits. This portrait is of Volkazar being attacked by half a dozen bandits. He looks terrified. As you touch the painting, you hear Volkazar's voice inside your head. Wow. Well, this memory is embarrassing. What a disaster this was. I'd been out of the city for maybe 3 hours before I got jumped by hoodlums. And I probably would have just died there too. But as fate would have it, Nimir appeared at the last moment and saved my life. Yeah, Nimir of all people. Apparently she saw me speaking to the Fate Father after our match and followed me out of town. When I told her the Fate Father had given me a map to reach the Wish Mother, she practically demanded to come with me. And, well, she did save my life. And she was pretty awesome in our fight. So I figured, what the hell? Oh no, I just remembered. The two of us made an oath of loyalty together. We swore that nobody gets left behind. We used oath magic and everything. So cringy. But come on, I was only 18. The voice stops. Alright. Campfire Memories. Gotta have a campfire in an adventure, that's just the rule. This portrait shows Volkazar, sitting next to an elven woman. The two of them are sitting around a campfire. The woman is showing Volkazar a small box. As you touch the image, it warps, and you hear Volkazar's voice inside your head. This is a rather nice memory, I suppose. Nimir and I were on our way to meet the Wish Mother. Apparently, according to the old legends, in exchange for a wish, you have to give up something you value. Nimir was planning on giving up a little music box. It seemed it belonged to her mother. Nimir is such a sentimental person. A little too much if you ask me. But when she opened the music box, it was a little easier to understand. The box plays The Red Rose of Spring. That's my favorite song. So I suppose I can understand a bit of sentiment here or there. I remember realizing then that I hadn't brought anything to give the Wish Mother. I was really hoping that wouldn't be an issue. It turns out that it sort of was. Alright, voice stops. Next picture. The Wish Mother. This portrait depicts Volkazar and a tall, elven woman wearing long, black robes. The two of them are standing in a cave. They stand before a bizarre creature. A gaping, toothy mouth is set into the cave floor. Two slimy green eye stalks rise out of the cave floor as well. As you touch the painting, it swirls, and you hear Volkazar's voice inside your head. Well, this one is Nimir and I again. We made it to the Wish Mother after all. When we got there, she gave us the whole rundown, like the whole, oh, there will be terrible prices to pay for your wishes, all the usual stuff, blah blah blah. I wished for immortality as planned. And Nimir? She wished for her sick brother to be cured. It seemed like a real waste of a wish. My wish was way, way better. Although it turns out I did have a price to pay. In exchange for immortality, the Wish Mother took my skin. Damn, Wish Mother. I suppose the Fate Father did warn me, though. I lost the 3 things I value most. Just like he said I would. The voice stops and the image stops moving. And Spirits of the River. This portrait depicts Volkazar standing at a riverbank. He is staring in shock at 3 pale sirens who have emerged from the water. The sirens appear to be singing at a tall elven woman. As soon as you touch the painting, it starts shifting and you hear Volkazar's voice in your head. Wow. Well, this memory isn't so fun. On our way back home, Nimir ran into a spot of trouble. When we crossed the great river, we ran into a trio of river spirits. I deafened myself with a quick spell, but Nimir was a little too slow. Those sirens cast their horrible spell on her. I hate sirens. Come to think of it, I hate aromancy in general. It's only used by monsters. And charlatans. Well, anyway. I would have left Nimir behind, but... Oath of loyalty. The voice stops and the image stops moving. Okay, that's all the pictures. One more book. Volkazar's Dream Diary. Private. Oh heavens, a diary. It's a cute little picture. Alright, you crack open the book and begin to read. This book appears to be several diary entries written in Volkazar's looping, swirling handwriting. Which entry will you read? Always start at the beginning, I say. The arena. This entry seems fairly recent. It's only a few weeks old. You quickly skim it. Dear Dream Diary. Wow, last night I had the wildest dream. I have to write it down real quick. Okay, so I was back in the arena, fighting against my old pal. And then I looked down, and I realized I wasn't wearing any pants. I tried to run for it, but then my dad showed up. And he was all like, "Vickers, you're a disappointment to the family." What a terrible dream. I've really got to stop summoning eldritch beings before bed. The entry ends here. Alright, next one is the statue. This entry is several months old, judging by the date. You quickly skim it. Dear Dream Diary. Oh man. Whew. Last night, I dreamed that the statue in my lair came to life. And I was like, finally? But of course, it was only a dream. I've been searching for a cure for her for so long. But she's still a statue. Seriously, how many years has it been now? And still no magic that can break the spell. Have I mentioned how much I hate oromancy? Entry ends here. Next entry. Having lips. This entry seems to be about a few months old. You quickly skim over it. Dear Dream Diary. Well, last night I dreamed I had lips. What a blast from the past. It's been so many decades since I even had skin. Or, well, a nose. Or, most importantly, lips. You know, nobody wants to kiss a skeleton who doesn't have lips. But even more importantly, I can't play my favorite instrument without lips. I better make sure no one ever finds this dream diary. They might find out my secret. That there is one instrument that is my weakness. Okay, in that case, I won't write down what it is. Lips is a really weird word when you think about it. Lips, lips, lips. Alright, into that entry. And now, ooh, an entry with my name? Whatever is this? This entry seems to be the most recent one, judging by the date. It's only a few days old. You quickly skim it. Dear Dream Diary. Wow, what a frickin' dream I had last night. For some weird reason, I dreamed about Unhuman, one of those adventurers who's coming to kill me. I've been watching them through my crystal ball on their way here. And that one guy, Unhuman? Anyway, in the dream, he kicked down the door of my castle and then started playing me a song. And then we started smooching like there's no tomorrow. I've never felt this way about a guy before. Oh gods, am I bisexual? No one must ever know. These secrets I keep with you, Dream Diary. What a ridiculous dream. A little bit lower on the page, there are some things written in Volkazar's loopy cursive handwriting. Volkazar plus Unhuman. Mr. Volkazar Unhuman. Mr. and Mr. Unhuman. The last one is scratched out. And that's the end of that. Alright, that's all the stuff I can read. And actually, we're going to have to leave it because I'm out of time. Thanks for watching. I will be recording another episode for you to enjoy very soon. Please like and subscribe. Be a good human. Alright, I appreciate you all. Have a good one. Bye.